Vincent Brossel is on the Asia-Pacific desk for Reporters Without Borders, and he joins us now live from Paris. Mr. Brossel, thanks for being with us. When you heard about this, what went through your mind?
I mean, I was so shocked. I mean, it's just amazing, unbelievable. I mean, from all our archives and records, it's the first time that so many journalists are killed on the same day, on the same spot. It's just a massacre, not only of journalists, of course, but the news is so shocking, and it's still shocking.
You know the region, and you know the area. Why is it so dangerous? I mean, we think of danger for journalists as Iraq, Afghanistan, Somalia. Why is that part of the Philippines so dangerous for journalists?
I mean, it's nothing new that Philippines is dangerous for journalists, and especially this Mindanao island. The reason it's mainly because there is a culture of violence and impunity, and the fact that some local, provincial officials, politicians, they are like local dictators, local warlords, and they do whatever they want. And there have been so many killings of journalists, human rights activists, trade unionists in Philippines, and there have been very few results. And sometimes one suspect is detained, but never the masterminders. So we arrive now to this tragedy because the culture of impunity is there, and Mindanao is a sort of no law and order island.
So as the representative for this region for Reporters Without Borders, what would you say to the government of Gloria Arroyo?
I mean, first of all, Ms. Arroyo, she must choose better political allies, because the governor of this province is a supporter of the Ms. Arroyo. And what is good is now that her spokesman said that nobody will be untouchable in this investigation. So we ask her now even to investigate, just to start with the investigation, to detain the governor and to ask him why his son was in the attack and why the people who are behind this attack and this massacre are directly linked to the governor.
Do you think that will happen?
I hope so. If Ms. Arroyo is not pushing for the investigation and justice, I mean, it will be all the democratic system will be jeopardized, and she will lose a lot of credibility, because the massacre is something that will be in the history of press freedom and human rights.
You're going to ask her for an answer?
Yeah, of course, and the local organization of journalists have been demonstrating today. There is a huge attention all around the world. The United Nations already got a real statement on this, so we will ask, and we will ask again till we have results, and we want to know who are the masterminders of this massacre.
Why do they want to kill journalists?
I mean, there have been. This massacre is due to the fact that the governor, gunmen, they don't want witnesses of their political violence. Mm-hmm. They don't want to get their chief, their boss, to be investigated by the press. And I guess that it's such a scale of massacre because I suspect that these gunmen were so sure of their impunity that they felt that they can do whatever to protect their boss.
If we confirm this number right now, we're saying up to 20 journalists. This would really make the Philippines, for this year of 2009, possibly the most deadly country for journalists.
Yeah, of course, it will be, I think, a disaster for the international image of Philippines. You have Pakistan, you have Somalia, where journalists have been targeted, but 20 journalists killed on the same day, on the same spot, is just unbelievable. And I think that Philippines should restore its credibility with a real strong political will and symbol in investigating this governor and saying that this will never happen again in the Philippines.
All right. Killed because they didn't want witnesses around these journalists. Thank you very much, Vincent Brossel, the Asia-Pacific Desk for Reporters Without Borders, for joining us.